the Russia investigation. Who started it? Who was the agent? Was it Strzok who started it? Who opened it, the case?
Congressman, that matter is under review by the Intelligence Committee, and there's nothing that I can talk about publicly regarding the initiation of the investigation, but I can assure you that we're going to provide appropriate access to the Intelligence Committee to what they need to answer.
Did the FBI pay for the dossier?
I'm not in position to answer that question, Congressman. But
you know the answer to the question?
That is, I believe I know the answer, but the Intelligence Committee is the appropriate committee to make that.
That is not true. We have oversight over your department and the FBI, and whether public funds were spent on a dossier, that is not something that's classified. We have every right to that information. You should provide it. If you're not, then there will probably be things. Was that info used to get surveillance over anybody associated with Trump?
I appreciate that question, Congressman, and I know that's been a concern for several members of the committee. I have set aside about a half hour every day to review FISA applications, and it is not legal for me to talk about those applications, so I'm not able to answer one way or the other.
Well, I'd like that authority. I think that you can say, and you may not be able to talk about the sources and message or the substance, but if this was used, we need to know that. Do you agree that so what was the role of Bruce Orr? He met with Christopher Steele before the election. Was that an authorized meeting?
Well, Congressman, I do not know all the details. This information is still developing, so I don't know the full story, but we've agreed to make Mr. Orr available for congressional interviews, and they'll be free to ask him those questions.
You need to pursue it. It's your department. You demoted him. He's working with Christopher Steele. You have an anti-Trump dossier funded by the Democratic Party. His wife works for Fusion GPS. This doesn't look good, so we need answers to those questions.
I'm not suggesting that I'm disinterested, Congressman, just that we've done everything we can to allow you to get those answers.
Let me ask you this. The role of Mr. Strzok. How much of this Russia investigation was due to him? Because, yes, Mueller saw the text. Obviously, I think there was nothing he could do. You get rid of him. But how much of this whole investigation has been infected with his bias? Have you made a determination on that?
I have not, but I do want you to know, and again, without talking specifically about this investigation, that the FBI does have procedures for all investigations to ensure that they're appropriately vetted. So there's no case where any one individual would be able to make decisions